In this video, we will demonstrate the integration between Microsoft Defender for Endpoint and VMRay Analyzer, namely VMRay Final Verdict and Total Insight Product. This integration allows you to enrich alerts generated by Microsoft Defender for EDR with extra intel provided by VMRay, allowing you to better understand the alerts generated by the EDR as well as having all the information needed to properly respond to it. We will also see the indicators of compromise that are brought by VMRay into Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. The connector itself is exactly the same as the rest of the connectors provided for VMRay to supplement EDR deployment. Located in the GitHub repo, which is open right now on the screen, there are a few Python scripts coordinated via a Docker container. The connector queries Microsoft Defender for Endpoint servers for the alerts, gets all the insights about alerts as well as all the files associated with these alerts, then runs live response on these endpoints that are affected and gets the files that are associated with alerts, submits them to VMRay, and ships back the results of the submission in the form of comments. The connector itself is located in a GitHub repo. As usual, we have a very detailed structure of the connector as well as the instructions on how to install it and create the API keys needed for access. Configuring the access it needs though can be a little bit fiddly, so we've created further videos to help you with that. If you are comfortable with configuring such things though, the instructions provided in our GitHub repo will walk you through the setup. We are installing this on a basic Linux server. These integrations need very few resources. Using Midnight Commander, we can go and check the files that we've cloned. Exactly as you've seen on GitHub, all we need to do though is go into App, Config, and then change some settings in conf.py. Here we need to specify two things. First, the API key for VMRay platform, and second, a set of different parameters to be able to pull alerts and run live response from Microsoft. These include the tenant ID, application ID, secret ID, and the secret. However, we're going to start with VMRay. This is quite straightforward. We just need to specify the API key. We can do that via analysis and then API keys. Create a new API key, provide it with a suitable name, and of course, let's ensure we set the automation category. We can go and configure any of these settings as you would like, but for the sake of this demonstration, we are just going to decrease the number of dynamic analysis created per sample that's submitted. We've been presented with the API key. It is important to use the copy button to ensure that all characters are included and to store it somewhere temporarily because it won't be displayed again. We can paste this straight into conf.py and save that file. Now that we've edited that config file, we can go and build the container and then start the integration. We're going to be running it with Docker, so first we need to run docker build. Successfully built. So now we can start the container. We're just going to check the end of the log file, and as we can see, everything is working correctly, so the script has gone to sleep, waiting for the next time that it's going to wake up and look for more alerts.